So you have been using the CapCut video editor and you have decided that it is time that you start taking your editing more seriously and take it from, intermediate to actual pro. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you 5 amazing CapCut tricks and tips that you can implement in your own videos as well, so they will start having this more of a professional feel and look to it. Now you want to stick around because again, these tips are going to help you massively. So without any further ado, let's jump right into the first one. So this first trick in CapCut is going to be the face tracking and in general tracking feature. Now this is something that I think is super cool because it's way more difficult to do this in other softwares. So what you want to do is you want to select your clip, and then I'm going to go ahead and come all the way down here to camera tracking. I'm going to click this, and then you can select face, body, or hand tracking, okay? And this is especially good, for example, for clips when somebody is up on a stage maybe talking and the camera is kind of, not following them along. Well, using this feature, you're going to be able to make the whole video look a lot more dynamic by kind of creating this, camera follow look within the software. So I'm just going to select my face and then I'm going to click here on start tracking. And then as you can see, now it's processing this entire clip literally, and you can see that now it looks a little bit weird because we are seeing, so to say, on the side of the video as well. So what you want to do to make sure that it doesn't look like this is you want to click here fit to canvas, and it's going to zoom in quite a bit, but that's fine. You can also click the lock object size if you want to do that. You can also adjust this shake thingy here, but now if I watch this back, you can see it's literally tracking my face across the entire video, which is pretty cool in my opinion. So yeah, here's how you can create this face tracking effect. Now, another way that I like to use tracking a lot is to actually track a text or an image to something on the video. So let me show you an example of this. So I'm just going to come here to text and actually create a new text layer here. So I'm just going to customize this a little bit. Let's make it like this. Okay, so now we have our text right here, as you can see, and I want to put this actually on my palm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, again, select my text layer. I'm going to come here now to tracking on the top, and then you want to click on motion track, okay? And then here you can have a couple different options. First one is whether you want to, just track it forward from your clip or backward. I'm going to select both. Here with this yellow box, you are actually able to select what you want to track. So I'm going to put my palm within this yellow yellow kind of box, and then it's going to be actually tracking my hand. But if I put it on my face, it would track my face. Whatever you want to put inside that box is what's going to get tracked. And then you can choose whether you want the scale to be adjusted as well. So for example, if my hand got closer to the camera, it would make the scale of the text layer in this case, or otherwise the image as well bigger. And you can also track the distance. So yeah, okay, I'm just going to keep both of those ticked right now, and then I'm going to click here on start. As you can see, it's tracking my movements at the moment. And this is the final result that we got. So as you can see, it's actually following my hand movements fully accurately, and all it took was literally a few clicks to create this effect. So if you thought that this was pretty cool, let's move on to the next one and get ready to get your minds blown. So the second feature that we are going to go into is the cutout feature. So I'm sure you have seen movies where they use green screen in the background to put something else there which isn't actually there, right? Well, in CapCut, you can actually create this almost like green screen cutout effect without actually needing to use a green screen. So all you need to do is have a clip where you have a person in there, and then you want to come here to cutout, and then here you want to go all the way here and then click on auto cutout. Okay, so I'm going to turn this on. As you can see, now it's analyzing my entire clip. And now if I play this back, you can see that the entire background is cut out and it's only me in the video. So if I were going to put something else in the background, which I'm going to do right now, just like this, so I'm just going to change up the layer order and make this on top, then you can see it looks like I had a green screen behind me. So if I play this back now, you can see I'm pretty perfectly cut out from the background. I just created this really weird weather report kind of thing. So as you can see, this was also super quick to create, and it creates a very professional look. You can use it for so many different things, like, you know, obviously I could put different backgrounds behind me, but I could also put text behind me. I could also put different images, layers, whatever it is. So if you're making talking head videos, this can be an amazing feature to spice them up. Next up, we have voice isolation. This is a feature that kind of blew my mind also when I first seen this. So with this, what you can basically do is just have any sort of song, or you could even use it on your own voice, right? And you can basically isolate the vocals. Or if you're using it on a song, you could also use it to do the reverse of it and create kind of like a karaoke or just an instrumental version of any song. Here I have a song from Epidemic Sound, and I'm just going to play it for you so you hear how it sounds. Alright, so it's a pretty cool rap song, as you can hear. So I'm going to select this now, and then I'm going to come here to voice isolation. So I'm going to turn this on, and as you can see now, it's analyzing the entire song as usual, and then we are going to be able to make the adjustments to it. So let's see what we can do with this song. So this is what we got now. What we have selected in the voice isolation effect is to keep the vocals only. So here's how it sounds.
Let's see how you do under pressure. Yeah, I've been wanting this shit forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better.
So this is pretty crazy if you ask me. I mean, we just completely got rid of all the instrumentals, and sure, the voice isn't fully clear, but it also had some auto-tune in it in the first place as well. But I think it's very impressive what we could do with just under a minute and just a click of a button. We can also click on remove vocal, and then we will create kind of the opposite of this, where we will just have the instrumental and none of the vocals. So let's see how this sounds now. Can you believe this? Like, we just got a fully clear and usable instrumental version of this song with the single click of a button. Now, tell me, what is this if it's not insane what you can actually do with basically a free software in 2024? Okay, I get it. Right now you might be wondering, Vince, this voice isolation effect was absolutely amazing. Where can I get songs like this one, which I can actually use in my own YouTube videos and social media projects as well, without getting it taken down because of copyright? Well, I got you, because this video is sponsored by Epidemic Sound, and Epidemic Sound is a service which I've been using for over 5 years at this point, for basically all my personal projects and also my client projects. And they're a subscription-based service which you can use for all your song and sound effect needs for whatever you are creating. You just pay a small monthly subscription fee, and you get unlimited downloads and access to their insanely big library of songs and sound effects. They are all super high quality and well produced. So if you want to try out Epidemic Sound for yourself, then you can click the first link in the description below, and you are going to be able to try it out for yourself, see if you like it, and then go from there. So the fourth feature of which we are going to talk about is chroma keying. So here's how you can use this. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to have some sort of a green screen video, right? You can find these all over YouTube. So I have this one, for example, now, which is basically just a green screen explosion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put this on the second layer, and then I'm going to put this layer of the cutout of me on the third one. And so it's basically between a video of me, just a regular one, and the cutout of me. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on this. I'm going to come back here to cutout, and then click here on chroma key. And then what you want to do is after that, you want to click here on this little icon and click on the color picker. And then I'm going to click on the green, okay? And as you can see now, if we bring up the strength of this and we give some shadow on this maybe, then we actually have a full-on like green screen explosion happening in the background. Obviously we can make this bigger as well if we want. And boom, just like that, we were able to add an explosion into the background. So if you are wondering how to actually use green screen videos, this is how you use it. You just go to the chroma key, you just select the color, and then boom, basically you're done. Alright, and last but not least, a technique that you definitely need to learn if you want to become a really good editor is keyframing. So when it comes to keyframing, it is something that you can use on pretty much all sort of different effects. Yeah, it is a pretty important part of editing. So let me show you how it works on a very simple example. So here I have this clip, right, of me. I'm going to get rid of the text now, and what you want to do is you want to come here to whatever kind of property of the clip you are trying to adjust. So for example, I'm going to adjust the scale of this, and then you want to click here on the add keyframe button right now, which is going to create a point in the clip, and then we are going to go further ahead in time. For example, here I'm going to change the amount of scale, and as you can see, it created a keyframe here as well. And basically now the change of that property of the clip between the two points is going to be animated. So if I play this back right now, you can see it's actually zooming into my clip. And the cool thing is that you can not only use this with the zoom, but again, almost all sort of different effects. So if I wanted to animate the rotation of this clip, I could just click on my clip wherever I want the rotation to start. For example, here, I'm going to go ahead and add a keyframe here. I could go where I want the animation to end. For example, here, I'm going to change the rotation. So let's just make it whatever, like a full 360 turn actually. And as you can see now, if I play this back, boom, there is a full rotation happening and it's animated. So I think, again, this is something you definitely need to learn if you want to become an amazing editor, because this is something that you can use with all sort of different effects, all sort of different parts of your video. And again, it's just super important. So let me show you another example of using it for the opacity, for example. So if I wanted to fade from dark to bright, well, I can just come here to the beginning of my clip. I can put the opacity to 0, click on the add keyframe. I can move forward in time where I want it to be back at full opacity. I can just raise it, right? It added the new keyframe. And now if I play this back, you can see it goes from dark to bright again, and it is animated. So these are 5 tricks and tips that you want to learn how to use in CapCut if you want to become a better editor this year. So I hope you enjoy this. If you want to see more content like this, and if you want to master video editing and social media, go ahead and check out videoeditors.io, my private community, in the description below. Hope you enjoy this, and I will see you in the next one.